use them.
Wow.
Yep.
I noticed you got some single springs on there too, man. That's a trick or two. I never had any luck with those, making those sound good. So that's those
Is
are
it?
beautiful.
If one-piece spring.
Yeah, the one-piece spring there. I never had any luck with those. I knew guys that could do that and make them work good, but I never could. So.
Tell him how to bend them. You don't know how to bend them, that's why.
Well, there's probably a list of things I don't know how to do very good. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, this guy here probably knows more about machine mechanics in the next 10 you're gonna learn.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
The thing I don't like
Oh,
about,
him
and the
take
reason
over
you
his
won't see
business.
many
He's doing
single
stuff.
springs on my machines is I run a jackhammer type machine and sometimes run them a lot of hours. And as you build up heat, you lose tension. That's what kept me away from single springs. I use double and some triples.
Oh, beautiful. Those
He
are
always used-
beautiful machines.
He always used a pretty long throw.
Oh yeah, yeah, I could tell
So-
that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like a long stroke too, so.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And did you make the chuck with the other screw on? Did you add that, or did you get that
What's that?
with the?
Oh yeah, thumb
put
screws.
that in?
I always use that. It's quicker and easier.
Yeah.
Unless you give them to her and then she gets the pliers on them. Strips them out, and then what do? You bore it and line it again for the next size up in thumb screws, and then you get that bitch size from wherever they come from, them German ones, what do they call it?
What happened, the reason that happened like that is exactly like what he's saying.
Yeah,
What happened was we had some tubes that weren't fitting properly in my machine, and when I ran into one of those tubes, I would end up twisting that thumb screw down to hang on to the tube because the tube really didn't fit properly. The rest of the tubes fit the machine, but there was a couple that were thinner.
Was there any more tubes over there?
Well, most of the time there was, unless we were working real hard and going through them all.
Been a long goddamn time since we were worked out of tubes.
That was back during those days.
I did one time, in fact I got a picture of them. Jesus Christ, I got tubes all over the place.
Yeah, we got tubes and tubes
I
and
just
tubes.
kept
The shop
putting
was
it
so
off
damn
night
busy, I
after
couldn't
night,
stop
and pretty soon, goddamn, I had
sterilize everything.
buckets of tubes.
So what were the 5 machines then? 2 liners, and I mean, tell me how you set them
No.
up then. What was the
Why were
the
there
part
5
on that?
machines?
Set them up, one liner, and the rest were shaders. Usually, back then they were 6 flats, and then you use your softer colors in them, because you were rinsing them out. See, we were not doing all of this. You know, you just rinsed them as you went.
And the liner was typically, well, I mean, you had said that you like to do fine line, but typically we're like 7. You would just leave a 7 in, or just leave a 9 in, or what?
7.
7.
7 usually, yeah. I never done that much 9. The only, about all of the 9 that I ever done that amounted to anything would be on a big piece. Where I wanted to go that oriental look where you got some wide outline down to medium back then. You didn't go down to fine line. Of course the orientals, they don't much neither, but sometimes they do. And, so you just, you'd set your machines up, and the world was simpler then. You'd set your machines up, tattooed with them. I always figured a good set of needles is good for at least 10 tattoos. Now a good set of needles, I throw the son of a bitches away. Why do I throw them away when I'm autoclaving? Because this country's fucked up with their health department. And autoclaves cost money. But now they're getting rid of them. So what, talk about shit and walk in it. Now all the goddamn kid's gotta do is go by the flea market and buy his plastic ones and he's in business. And now they're talking here, they got some artists that want it passed, that you have to use plastic tubes. Well, they can kiss my ass. I seen a guy come in here, and he had the goddamnedest looking, he had a nice looking tattoo, but he had the goddamnedest looking, like rotten spot in it, long and narrow. And I told him, I said, I don't know what to tell you about it. And the guy that put it on was a good tattoo artist. This wasn't some, you know, backyard jockey. And I told him, I said, just go back and talk to him. The guy's a biker. Ponytail a little longer than hers. And I asked him, I said, the guy got a telephone. Because most of the time he didn't have. And he hated a cell phone. He liked to be in the shade, you know. And I said, well, find out if he's got a telephone, get a number. I said, I'll call him and talk to him, then you go see him. I said, because he's going to want to see this. I said, you didn't just go to some goddamn scratcher. I said, you went to a tattoo artist, now you got a fuck up. And you want to come to me, which I don't know anything about it, and not go to the guy that done it. And so anyway, I never heard no more from him. And then one day he come in here, and he said, I want to show you something. And he's got this old wax paper all folded up. And he unfolds it. And here's this squiggly looking something there. And you touched it and it was plastic. And I asked him, I said, do you remember what color tube he had? Yeah, he said, he's just changed over to plastic. And I couldn't hardly believe that guy would change over to plastic. And as I found out later, it was just one of them days like everybody else. And I've done it myself. You got to give them a try. Because if you don't give them a try, you don't know shit about them. And what that was, somehow, that it wouldn't, I don't think it was a needle, I think it maybe was the bar itself, had got in that black plastic and it just pulled out a strip and put it right in that tattoo. And naturally being under the skin, that's where it got that curly worm looking shape. Now there's something the son of a bitches that are trying to pass this plastic. That's something they ought to see. That'd be something for him to sweep under the rug. Because what if he'd have been even a little bit allergic to that plastic with it healed under his skin? And before he finally dug it out, the hell of summer went by. It was, yeah, it was in the fall. It was coming close to deer season before he finally got it out of there, so it was under there all summer. But, you know, he wouldn't go back to the guy neither. And I never seen the guy in between, so I never got to talk to him about it until later. But he never knew nothing about it. But he knew the tattoo, and he knew, he said, I was trying out that black plastic. And it was the ones with, which I think is the best of the bunch, which there's no good ones, but the best of the bunch is the ones that's got the rubber. Got the little, looks like the rings around it. I'd say that's probably the best of the plastic. But then there's like them hard ones that Huck came out with, and Fat Joe and Charlie and all of them come out with the white ones, the harder plastic. But they weren't worth a shit because they cracked.
Besides that, the needle configurations didn't
But they
fit
wouldn't
properly.
dig, it ain't likely they would have dug a strip of plastic out, because the black ones are fairly soft. You can take an X-Acto and cut them pretty easily compared to, you know, some of them. But What I can't understand, for Christ's sakes, is the ones that's out now that are supposed to be so friggin' hot. That's got, it's got a regular tip on it. And then it's goddamn plastic and a rubber grill. Now what the hell? They've made the goddamn tube, the tip is the tube. Why they stick that shit on there? They say it's to lighten it. Well, Christ. This last convention, no, it's the one before this. Yeah, it was the one in Nashville. It was one of them conventions where everybody was making some money, but everybody had some time too. It was well balanced for somebody like me that's just hanging around shooting the shit, you know. And you got a lot of people going to that plastic. And the thing is, I could see these kids doing it. Because they can get the whole goddamn box for less than $100. Some of this shit comes out, you know, you're in business for less than $100 worth of their shit. But not all of this imported stuff offline shit neither, I'll tell you. But I do believe they're plastic tubes are. We've even got away from soldering a lot of needles. Because there's a lot of places that's putting out a needle. I can solder a pretty good needle. She can solder a better needle than I can. But you can buy them from people who can solder better needles than I can.
Oh crap, we used to spend hours soldering needles.
Yeah,
I'd make room one day.
I don't trust their sterilization. And in fact, I'd just as soon buy. Of course, the guy's got to know you know that you're not trying to give them a screw, and they're down so cheap it's hardly worth messing with. But I'd just as soon buy the outdated ones, because there is a few people that's not renumbering them, you know, and that
Even
are
when we
actually
buy
shit
needles.
cannon good needles.
Even when we buy needles, I don't care if it has, if it's dated 3 years from now before it expires, whatever. I tear them all down and autoclave them. These needles are made in the Orient. They are bulk shipped, usually on top of the deck, across the ocean on one of those flat barges that's as big as 5 football fields or something. They sit in the harbor, like in San Francisco, for days and months on end, depending upon what the politics are in the harbor at the time and the docks. Then they finally get where they can be distributed to whoever ordered them. And then he takes them and puts them in his own little boxes. They're made in the TB capital of the world, for Christ's sakes. And then sitting on deck for months on end. And then he gets them, stamps a date on them. Oh, they're good for 3 years. Oh. I mean, like, I don't want to use that.
I just,
I tear them all down in autoclave.
but see, we do anyway because we don't package a needle and then package a tube. We package them as sets. So I rip a bag open, that's what I'm going to put in the
You're
machine.
ready to work. You're not digging through
You know, rather than
16
trying to,
drawers trying to find the components.
that way you got plenty of time. You're not somebody who's sitting there waiting for a tattoo and you're looking for just right tube that you want to go with that needle. You can do it in your own time, you know. Then when you open it up, it's ready to go. Time saver. It comes from working on a garment. None of this work 15 minutes and take a 15-minute break. But,
Yeah, in this shop, when he first opened it, we had about, what was it, 60 tubes between the two of us. Every night was sterilization. Every single night. You couldn't go unless you just happened to have a rather slow day in there, which is almost never. You couldn't go. The two of us both jamming out tattoos, you could not go another day without sterilizing. But now, we built that so we didn't have to, if we were dog tired at night, you didn't have to stop and sterilize to be able to work the next day.
Well, I learned one thing
Because we go through them just,
about
New
buying
York
tubes. Who was the guy at Coney Island to come out with the steamboats? He's been there forever.
I forget.
With the little one screw thing
Yeah,
on the top
yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
Oh man, I had some of those. Who was that? Those were nice, man. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I get a thing from him,
I love those tubes.
and this is gonna be a one-run thing. If you want them, order them now. I figured, you old son of a bitch, you're putting a bum's rush on me. So I only ordered a couple, or did I order 4?
No, there's I had 6.
Oh, was that
I
little
think you
Vinny that
ordered
made
10.
those?
No,
Is that-
I didn't order 10, huh?
Was it little Vinny that made those?
No, that's who I kept thinking, but it wasn't. It was the older guy. God damn, he's been there forever.
Oh, we'll think of it. I bet. Here.
Yeah, my brain catches me up.
Yeah,
Usually
well.
within 3 days.
Yeah, you're doing better than me, man. I'll tell you that.
And so anyway, I ordered whatever I ordered from him. And I'll be goddamn, that is the only run he ever made of them. Never could get any more, and they're damn fine too.
Oh, they're an excellent tube. if
That
you're
cured me of that. When I'm ordering a tube, I order whatever I think I want, just in case they don't make any more. But it only happened that one time.
Man, I got at least 4 or 5 of those floating around somewhere. I'll send them to you if I can find them.
They're a good
I love
tube.
those tubes. They're great for lettering. Like if you're doing lettering on a bag, those tubes are just.
Which one?
They're
What's
such
up?
a
What'd you
perfect
use?
fit.
The round liners or what? Yeah, is that what you had with
Yeah.
the beveled, super beveled?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I had a couple of mags or a couple of flats, shaders, and a couple round liners from them at the time. Anyway, I don't know if I still do.
Shaders from him, did we?
I think I might have got one.
I don't remember.
Well, yeah,
But
those
I found
were
out,
nice,
he
though,
was
yeah.
talking about that taper on it.
Yeah.
Well, when I first used it, it just didn't feel right. But I knew it was a damn good tube. So I paid attention to it, used it as often as I could. And all of a sudden I realized that taper on them was not quite enough. Touch that son of a bitch on a grinder, and you have got perfection. And that's all it is. I mean, all it took was a touch. In fact, I didn't even do it on the grinder. I done it on the
Dremel?
Dremel. That's all it took, that angle. Now, it might be right for you and other people, but it wasn't right for me. It just
Most people buy tubes,
It wasn't
springs,
quite,
whatever, and they just slam them in the machines right from the supply house. Not this one. No. Every tube is inspected, and if you look at the ends of the tubes, up here and down here and everything, if you look at the ends up, sometimes there's a little bar on there. Those are all
well, that's
carefully
entertainment.
taken off.
Like Stoney said, that's
polished.
entertainment
He
there.
polishes them all, you know.
As long as
springs
there's
are
a
the
spark
same
and put in
way.
color, you're good to go. Anything from there is entertainment. I
He'll
agree
spend
with
an
you.
hour on springs. Once he gets if he's using a 2-part spring or 1-piece spring, no matter what spring he's using. When he gets the setup, he figures out what he wants with what armature bar, on top of what coils, gets it all together. Then he takes it all apart, and every spring, the edges are filed smooth. There's no burrs sticking out, nothing like that. But it all makes sense.
It all makes money.
They might work, like a machine from a supply house might work when it comes in the door. But let him have a hold of it, and it goes from being a pig's ear to a piece of silk. Just like that. You know.
That's because I was lucky. I got to work with some really, really good machine mechanics.
Give us some names. Tell us some
Paul
stories
Rogers
about
for
that.
one.